For an English speaker, Turkish can feel like a linguistic puzzle. Instead of using isolated prepositions, it glues strings of suffixes to the ends of words, a process called agglutination, and the verb sits at the end of the sentence, forcing you to think in a reverse subject-object-verb order. Traditional textbooks try to teach this by throwing massive grids of rules at you. You end up staring at endless tables of vowels and consonants. For many, learning stops here. Faramarz Kowsari's 12-book series replaces those static pages. It translates the abstract mechanics of Turkish into an interactive 3D universe. Take the cover of Book 1. By treating the first stage as Level 1, it integrates grammar rules into a familiar RPG-style interface. At the start of the journey, you meet your guides, a young explorer named Leo and a Turkish Angora cat. They frame the learning process as a series of specific objectives. The Turkish alphabet is introduced as your first tutorial. The letters appear as glowing stone tablets in an ancient ruin, making the first encounter with the language a matter of visual discovery. By shifting to spatial exploration, the learner starts to navigate the language as an environment. This transition reduces the cognitive load, allowing grammar logic to settle in more naturally. This map breaks down the A1 curriculum into distinct geographical zones. There are no chapters, only a landscape of grammar concepts. Each zone represents a major milestone, moving from foundational vowel harmony at level 3 to complex sentence structures at level 7. Vowel harmony is often a hurdle for beginners. The series visualizes it as a color-shifting mechanic. Suffix crystals, a, e, u, and u, physically change their shape and glow to match the root word they attach to. Existence and absence, var and yoke, are taught through a gamer's inventory HUD. Finding loot in a glowing chest shows var, while a red-stamped empty slot explains yoke. In books 3 and 4, present continuous and past tenses are shown as heavy mechanical gears. You see the language physically shift as you move between different points in time. When completing the first phase, you see Leo departing on a magic carpet over Istanbul. It's visual confirmation that the foundational rules are established. These visual mental models provide an anchor for the grammar. They create a spatial framework that makes the language easier to recall during conversation. Before moving to the intermediate A2 level, the A1 booster addresses the structural gaps that often trip up students during the transition. The booster explains the accusative case, marking a specific object. It's a digital target lock, homing in on one item in a busy scene. To understand Turkish word order, the series uses a train assembly. You link subject, time, and object cars, with the verb acting as the engine that completes the sequence. Crossing into A2, simple words are treated like complex machinery. You learn to assemble compound nouns and possessive case chains as if they were interlocking gears. In Book 7, the ebilmek suffix for ability is earned as a pair of wings. It's a flight power-up that allows you to express what you are capable of doing. By reinforcing these structures visually, the series aims to prevent the common plateau where many students struggle with the increased complexity of the A2 level. Book 10 uses logic bridges to connect ideas. You see floating islands joined by connectors like chunku for because and sa for conditional statements. The aorist tense, used for habits, is visualized in Book 8 as a rotating habit wheel. This turns daily actions into a recurring calendar of quests. Book 11 introduces the reporting mirror. This mechanic shows Leo capturing speech and reflecting it back as reported speech using the word dedi. The series concludes with a comprehensive review quest in Book 11. This final challenge tests every suffix and structure learned across all 12 volumes. By the journey's end, the learner applies complex A2 structures as an intuitive logic system. When you look at the entire 12-book series, it forms a unified world map of Turkish grammar. The method relies on visual spatial memory. It turns the process of building sentences into something as tactile as snapping Lego blocks together. You can start navigating your own Turkish adventure by visiting the official link at abundanciavita.gumroad.com. Faramarz Kowsari has developed a curriculum that allows you to experience the logic of a new language through interaction and play.